laundromats can be a great way to, escape the 9 to 5, achieve financial freedom, right? And, in fact, I think that a lot of people like I'm a real estate investor. I have real estate, commercial and residential real estate. I love real estate. Actually, probably real estate is my first love when it comes to
Mhm.
investing asset class. However, if your goal is to leave your 9 to 5, if your goal is financial freedom, I actually think you're probably going to be a lot better off buying something like a laundromat before you start buying a bunch of investment real estate. And the reason for that is financial freedom, leaving your 9 to 5, that all requires cash flow. And, if you're getting, for example, 10% return on your investment for real estate. If you got 100 grand, you're making 10 grand off your real estate a year. You could be making 20 to 25 on a base hit deal for a laundromat. And it's just going to get you to that financial freedom number faster. And so I really encourage people, as I started to go through my transition of business started picking up, I started seeing the benefits of the cash flow. I started seeing how quickly you actually can replace your income. As I'm listening to all these real estate investing podcasts and they're like, replace your income with real estate. And I'm like, yes, I'm all on board. And then I started looking, I'm like, what, like $200 a door, maybe? How many? I had to have so many doors in order to replace my income. With the laundromat, I mean, you're looking at 1 to 3 laundromats will replace 99% of America's, you know, W-2 income, right? Like
Mhm.
almost everybody can replace their income in 1 to 3 laundromats. And so it can just happen so much faster. And then you can start to invest in that sort of generational wealth, building the equity, harvesting the tax benefits of real estate, which there's a lot with laundromats too, all those things. So to answer your question, is business just started to pick up. I started seeing, okay, this is more in line with what I was hoping for and what I was expecting. And then I started a podcast and I started interviewing people in the industry and seeing, I was like, well, if I want to know what the best people are doing, I should just start asking them, right? And so that's where the
Mhm.
podcast came in, and seeing what other people are doing in this industry. And there's, people are just killing it. So many people are just killing it in this industry, sort of quietly, and are doing really well and more than replacing their income. And a lot of people come into this business saying, yeah, I want something on the side here on the passive end of the scale. And then they get into the business and then all of a sudden they get excited. This industry is a very cool industry because you can run our business in a lot of different ways, but also laundromats are one of the few places left where communities still gather, right? And a lot of times these are like lower income communities,
Mhm.
right? And so you really have an opportunity to make a difference in the community. And that gets addicting too. So yes, you're benefiting from the cash flow of the business, but more the way I've shifted my thinking is I want to help people achieve their financial freedom, but even more than that, I really want to help us as an industry transform communities because I think we have the power to do that. And the fact that most people associate laundromats with like dark and dirty and dingy and
Mhm.
not places you really want to hang out, it really bothers me because I think that communicates to communities like you don't matter, right? And I think we have the opportunity to invest in our businesses in a way that makes us money and helps us achieve that financial freedom that we're looking for ourselves and our families, but also in a way that communicates to a community, you matter, you're important, you're worthy of having a nice business to come to clean your clothes, right? And so, all of that I started seeing as I just kind of stayed in that in that business that I probably should have honestly, financially at least, gotten out of a lot earlier. But I'm glad I
Mhm.
didn't because it really opened my eyes to the possibilities of laundromats, both from myself and my families, but also for the communities that we're serving in.
You want to see the entire episode? Click here. If you want to learn how investors use infinite banking to increase their returns and lower their taxes, click here. If you want to see if infinite banking is for you and you have some questions, hop on a discovery call with us and one of our coaches. The link for that will be in the description.